Yes, found it. So I'm planning a astrophotography trip tonight to Pench National Park in Madhya Pradesh. I have just started to pack my stuff. I have been getting some very interesting questions on various social media platforms about gears, settings, and everything. I have answered about the settings and the gears a lot of time, but there were a few questions that stood out the most to me, and I'll be answering that, and I'll be packing at the same time for the trip which I'm leaving in about 2 to 3 hours from now. I don't have a watch, but still, uh, I'll be leaving in 2 to 3 hours from now. So let's get into it. What I was finding was this torch, and that brings me to the first question. And, this question was very interesting, as someone asked me a few months back on Instagram, as how I uh, keep myself safe during the trips, night trips which I take in the jungle. There are two or three parts to it. The first part is always carry a torch with you, and the brand and the make of the torch does not matter as long as it's charged. This is the number one thing which people forget, as they do not charge their torch and they just go out, and they get a surprise over there ki the torch is not charged. So number one tip is always keep your torch charged. Secondly, never go alone, never go on a two-wheeler, always go in a group, preferably a four-wheeler. Once you reach the location, do not immediately step out of the car. Do a 360-degree recce of the whole area with your torch and everything. Be quiet and listen to your surroundings for at least 2 to 3 minutes for any animal sounds, predator sounds, and then only step out of the vehicle. So this is how you keep safe. You always be aware, and you always speak quietly so that you can hear the sounds of the nature and possibly any alarm call by any animal and something like that. So I'll be taking my tripod with me today, and tonight I'll be using this Lumix camera with a 20 to 60 lens. So my favorite gear as per has been my trusted Sony A7R3. I have shot maximum images on that, and this has been my most useful gear. Some of my best photos have been clicked on using this wallet as a tripod. I just keep the tripod and angle the camera like this up, and some of my best Milky Way shots have been used by using this as a tripod. Most memorable astro image which I have taken. That's a tough one because I've been in this hobby for the past 14-15 years now. But I always feel the first one was the most special for us. I think it was in the year 2013 or 14 or 2013 maybe. Me and my friends have just got a camera, Nikon D7000 it was. I think it was a kit lens or something like that. That time we did not know where to spot the Milky Way, how to spot the Milky Way and stuff like that. And we were not even sure where to go. So we just kept on going from our hometown Nagpur. We almost drove for an hour, and we stopped at many locations on the way. We were just trying to click randomly, and we did not catch a glimpse of the Milky Way because we were not shooting in the right direction. Now we went as far as 60 kilometers, 70 kilometers, and we were not getting the Milky Way in frame because we were not shooting in the right direction. We were not at the right time. It was late in the night. It was almost 2 o'clock, and we had reached almost 100 kilometers from Nagpur, and we were very determined to get a glimpse of the Milky Way in our camera. So we stopped at a ghat location 100 kilometers from Nagpur, and we randomly pointed a camera towards a tree and set a random exposure of 20 seconds, and there the Milky Way was there. That was the first time I captured Milky Way on my camera. I had seen Milky Way a lot of times before from my naked eye when I was young, but I had never captured. So that was really special, and I'm posting that image here. And this was my first capture of the galaxy, and that is the most memorable to me. This is the bag which I usually take my camera bag. I pack everything in this. Tonight I'm not taking too much gear. I'm only taking one camera, one lens, one tripod. This bag is always packed, and this has a muffler, gloves, Columbia jacket and stuff. So I won't be needing this right now because it's more than 45 degrees here in Nagpur. I think I can easily avoid this bag tonight. So I'll just junk this, get it out of the way. This is my camera bag, and I'm taking a small camera bag today because only one lens and one camera. Some other questions which I get is, how do you get into the hobby of astronomy, like identifying objects and stuff like that? Getting into astronomy is by generating inquisitiveness, and you have to read a lot of material. Sorry for this noise, construction is going on. So you have to read a lot of material on the internet or getting some really good books. The best way to get into this hobby is by joining a local astronomy club. All the big cities in India or abroad have great local astronomy clubs, and you could join one of them. Most of them have open membership, and they keep on hosting events, if not regularly, maybe once or twice in 1 month, or twice a month they would be hosting some events. So it's best to join any of these clubs and go and attend such events. If you enjoy it, if you have the patience of spending the whole night in beneath the sky, then this hobby is for you. And then maybe you can start to invest in telescope and gear. But firstly, if you do not have any gear and you just want to get your feet wet in this hobby, it's best to join a local astronomy club where they would let you use the gear or observe through the gear. So another question I get a lot is, can I join you on these trips? Well, I live in Nagpur and I keep posting about my trips on Instagram or Reddit or YouTube. Yes, if you are nearby me, so you can surely join. You can DM me on Insta. My handle is rcabra84, or you can DM me on YouTube. So if there is space in the car, or if you are willing to drive down with me, then surely you can join. Mostly all of this is free, and astrophotography, I do it just for a hobby, but we are doing a commercial side of this also, where I have made an observatory in Pench, Madhya Pradesh, Turia, where there will be dedicated people with telescopes. You can walk in any night, and you can observe the wonders of the night sky. So yeah, these were the few questions which I found really interesting, and I've answered those. Tonight we'll be going towards Pench side only. We have not decided the location yet. It's a very short trip. We'll go after dinner and we'll be back by 2-3 a.m. in the night. And I'm taking very few limited gear because the weather is also not very clear. It's just to kickstart this year, because I have not been able to capture even a single good image this year. And hopefully I'll get something tonight, and I'll be posting soon on Instagram. I was on a break from YouTube and social media for the past 2-3 months. I'll be posting regularly again. So stay subscribed, guys, and follow for more such content.